Hi there, I'm here to show you a tutorial on how to make these neat little bugs. This happens to be in my Bible journal, but you can put them anywhere in any kind of art journal you're doing or any piece of artwork. And so let me show you the process. Basically what I did is I just printed out on my inkjet printer the two bugs that I found. Obviously something with a white background is best, so you can cut it out. And what I did is I cut out everything. The legs, the fuzz, just so that I have the structure of the body and the wings. And so that looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing the bumblebee so you can see how that works. So let me put the fly away for a moment. And so I start by gluing just the body. This is just regular school glue. You can use whatever you use for your scrapbooking or your journaling. And I'm just going to lightly glue on the body. I want the wings free because I want to give it a three-dimensional look. I want it to look like the wings are off the paper. And so I don't glue the wings on just yet, or at all. So that's basically the first step. For those of you that don't draw very well, this is a great technique because what you can do is just paint, almost like paint by number, but follow the colors, make a palette, or even change up the colors if you want to make it a different look, make it your own. Or you can even leave some of the colors that are there originally. So my palette, I'm gonna put black. This is just Liquitex Basics acrylic paint. And you don't need much for this. I'm putting it on just a plastic business card I have here. So I'm using burnt umber, ivory black, primary yellow, carminium orange, and unbleached titanium, and I should get some white too. I use a very fine tip for most of my journaling because a lot of the pictures I do are smaller than I would do like on a canvas. So this one's a 2-0 and I use very fine tip. And so now I just follow basically what's going on. I'm focusing mainly on the body. So I'm going to just start applying the black. I don't have any special techniques here. I just kind of go with the flow and kind of try to cover up and make the colors pop out because my inkjet isn't really too great and vibrant. So I'm kind of just another good thing is to have the picture on your screen or where you have it originally, so you can see exactly the details, because sometimes you lose a lot of the detail, especially what you cut off. And if you want this to look more originally painted, you obviously want to add the legs and everything you removed by cutting. I'm just working this. I'll put in some extra detail as I go. And there's a lot of really neat detail. It's a very neat picture because I guess this bee has a lot of pollen on it, which you don't appreciate on the printout here. But we'll add that in at the end. So I'm just adding the black in the areas. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my screen real quick because I don't remember. Exactly what was going on here. Yeah, this printout doesn't look anything like the real thing. So I cut off the antennas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them back. I'll add some detail on that in a second. Is there anything else I'm missing here? No. Okay, so let me wash my brush off. I'm going to add some brown around this area. I normally start with my dark colors first, but obviously everyone has their techniques. You make it your own. Okay, I don't see any other areas that I want to put brown. Maybe some here. Alright, now I'm going to start with the yellow. Go back to yellow, or go to yellow. Now the nice thing about using the inkjet is you can kind of get away with having to do shading sometime if you don't apply this too thick. You can still see the pattern underneath. You're just livening up the colors. And obviously if you want to practice painting and learning how to do shading, and then you can go for it. There's some in actual pictures, like some highlights of yellow, almost as if it's transparent here. So I'm going to try to recreate that from what I'm seeing from the original picture. Now, bumblebees are kind of fuzzy, so you can kind of achieve that look by adding a little extra paint and just dapping it. I'll go back to some black for a second because I lost my line here. I'm not feeling this yellow here. It's looking a little greenish, but that's okay. Alright, let me wash my brush. I'm going to add some white. Actually, some orange, actually. There's some highlights of orange on this picture. And go back to yellow. This is going too orange. And again, you work with it. I mean, you have the picture there to kind of guide you. So if something's not looking right, you kind of just fix that. So there's some highlights of white. The feet, that's what we're missing here. The feet are kind of like this orange yellow color, and I cut off some of this fuzz where the legs came out of. They came out of here, and it's like 1, 2, 2. I used originally because it looks a little too bright for my liking. Alright, so let me go to the wings for a second to show you what I did with the wings. I left the wings as they are actually for the time being. The only thing I did, I added some watered down white to it. Look like the wings were actually laying as they're supposed to be. I want them to be translucent to where I can see what was under them. Yet I can tell. Okay, and then what I did, I like glitter, so I have this glamour dust, and I put that on the wings. It helps thicken those wings up as well. This dries clear. What I also do, I don't want to get any underneath, so I'll put something behind so you don't have to worry about the wings sticking. This is acrylic also, it just has glitter in it, so it kind of gives it this glittery, fairy looking. Also brings out the color of the inkjet, I feel. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to add some of that pollen that was removed from my inkjet by taking a very little bit of white and just literally, I mean, this guy has it everywhere. If you look at the picture up close, he's got that pollen everywhere. Something that I don't appreciate is that he's really fuzzy. So I kind of going off the cutout, trying to make that look like he's coming off the paper, adding some brown and yellow because the yellow by itself isn't achieving that look I'm going for. He's got pollen everywhere, this guy, like I said. So I'm just adding some highlights to him where I see on that picture. This is actually pretty dry. Now the last thing I did with the wings is I have this clear gloss. I have no idea what this is. It's an art student of mine gave it to me a long time ago thinking it was gesso, and it wasn't. It's like some clear lacquer, but I love it because it gives a very wet look. And so, get another brush here. What I did is I just again apply this because it gives it a very nice shine to it, and it also gives some texture to those wings so that they don't feel like paper. They almost feel like the wings in a way. I'm sure you could use any kind of glossy acrylic or some kind of Mod Podge. I just happen to have this random stuff that's in a jar. I have no idea what it is. I don't even know if it's water-based, but I wash it with water and it comes off, so I think it is. And that's pretty much it.